From the starting point, Cursed Edges, go up into Fate's Thirst and grab that extra damage on Run Through, which is your primary finisher, and then get the reduced finisher cost from Fatebringer, which is very helpful when you're re-rolling the bones, and also when you're spamming finishers during Curse of the Dreadblades. Go down into Ghostly Shell and pick up your first golden trait, Greed, which is really nice for cleave and also a hefty increase to your single target. After acquiring Greed, you're going to want to grab some of the energy and resource reduction and conservation and generation points. Go into Hidden Blade, which causes your ambush to give your Saber Slash a guaranteed chance to proc opportunity and generate an extra combo point. So this is going to give you a little bit more opener burst and also give you some more utility and more incentive to use Vanish. Then go into Blade Dancer, which is going to give you the energy regeneration while in Blade Flurry, very helpful when cleaving and dealing AoE damage. And then get the combat potency buff via Fortune Strikes. After Fortune Strikes, head up the tree through Gunslinger for the critical strike on Pistol Shot, and into Deception, which will give Sprint a little bit of defensive utility. This is especially good when you're talented into Elusiveness. Then head into Fortune Strike and get the increased passive damage from your mastery. And finally get your second gold trait in Blunderbuss, which gives the Saber Slash additional opportunity proc a chance to become Blunderbuss, basically a better version of Pistol Shot. Finally, take Black Powder and head into your final golden trait, Blurred Time, which causes your ability cooldowns to get 15% increased cooldown reduction while Adrenaline Rush is active. This point isn't great, but it is a nice way to culminate the completion of your artifact. The last 2 points, or the last 2 traits that you're going to want to go into are Blade Master and Fortune's Boon. I like to go Blade Master first, although this is a bit of a matter of preference. I like Blade Master as it's only 1 point and you get the full effect, and it gives Riposte a bit of a damage utility, which otherwise Riposte is not quite as useful, as it only increases your parry chance, and it's rare that you're actually face tanking things. So this gives you a reason to use it on cooldown, and it's very powerful when you combine it with buffs like Broadsides for tons of extra combo points. And then finally, round out your tree with Fortune's Boon for the increased CDR and Adrenaline Rush. This point isn't as useful as it sounds, as you do get a lot of Adrenaline Rush CDR already from your True Bearing buff, and you also get a lot of increased resource generation from your Roll the Bones buffs, which makes Adrenaline Rush a lot less potent than it used to be. After your tree is fully fleshed out, you'll have access to the Cursed Steel points, which give you a linear damage increase. The very first point is quite valuable, as it increases all damage done by 5%, but after this it only goes up by 0.5% per point invested, as you can see. So after investing the first point, you might want to focus on working on some of your off specs, or indeed working on another artifact entirely.